Hey guys, it's me and Glam Goat. Hey Glammy, what are you doing, bud? Ooh, we got some things to go through today. Glammy, why don't you go hold down the mirror for a while? So this is, I try to refurbish everything because I'm poor and I just can't go out and buy fancy, pretty stuff. This was actually a 2-wick candle that was a Christmas gift, I don't know, a couple years ago maybe. And after the candle was gone, it has a lovely lid. And, it's a nice container. After the candle was gone, I washed it out, and this is what I use to keep my eye primers in. Eye primers, yes. We have finally used all of the eye primers. Now, I have 6 of them. So, I don't have every eye primer in the world. But I thought 6 was a pretty good start, on comparisons. There's really not any that I don't like. This is Elle. I got this at, I think, Walgreens. It was $2. $2. Now, does it stay all day? I don't know, because I really used this figuring it was $2. I used it mostly for playing with my makeup at night when I needed something to, I use a lot of like glimmers and things like that, and sometimes I don't, when I know I'm just going to be taking it back off, I don't use any primer, but a lot of times this is my playtime primer. So for $2, I think this definitely has a place in the makeup world. You're playing with makeup, you put on, a nice look, and then, or, you're experimenting with colors and creations, and you wash it off and you do another one, sometimes I do 4 or 5 eyeshadow looks in one night, just playing in makeup. So, $2, yes. This definitely has a place in my makeup routine. Wet n Wild. I think Wet n Wild is really good for the mattes. I don't think it's quite so good for like the shimmers, and I didn't try it on any glimmer. I don't know. It's the time of year. I just have like it wants to drip. It's not actually dripping it, but it's like it wants to. It's driving me nuts. Like, it's not big enough, right? But the Wet n Wild, I think if you were like a go to work every day kind of a thing, and you're using a lot of neutrals and not using glitter or shimmer, etc. I think this is a really good day-to-day. It did seem like, my eyeshadow lasted a decent amount of time using this. 6 to 8 hours, I assume, is like, a normal work day. Of course, 6 to 8 hours on me is kind of an abnormal work day for other people. So I'm sure that this would perform really well for just your regular work day. The thing I don't like about it is there's no applicator. I really like the applicator, but it was like, I don't know, $4 maybe. I don't know. It wasn't very much. So, use the applicator from something else. Okay, this one I actually it started to get kind of thick in the tube, so I had to take it out and put it in a jar, and I just use it out of here. And I actually mixed it with some of the Wet n Wild just to kind of thin it out a little bit because it was really, like, it got too thick. This is the Pure, P-U-R, Cosmetics Get a Grip. Shimmer, glitter. This is grippy. That's why it got thick, because it's grippy. And I actually, it's starting to kind of get old now, so I might just end up throwing it away, although I hate to, because, you know, it was not cheap. But, you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I'm going to try and thin it out one more time and see if that works. But it truly does. I mean, I take an applicator or, you know, my finger and put in there. And I just tap it on just like I would with like a concealer. And it is sticky and grippy, and you don't want to use a lot, because if you put too much on, you're just, you know, your eye's going to be like sticking to itself. But if you're going to use like a glitter or a shimmer, something that you think is going to have a lot of fallout, this is a good Get a Grip. There's a reason that the name of it is Get a Grip, because it grips. It does. These two I thought were pretty comparable. The Urban Decay, like I don't know that, right? The Eye Potion, Primer Potion, yes, has a applicator like that. I like this quite a bit. This is a good versatile. It works. I don't think it's quite as good for like glitter, but it works really good for shimmers, you know, and your mattes and your normal. It feels nice on your eye when you actually put it on, and it does seem to give your eyeshadow a nice base and a nice something to like blend with when you're trying to. Yeah, it just makes everything work better, you know. So that was your Urban Decay. I would like to get the anti-age, or they have I think it's an anti-aging one. I'd like to try that one too. This is, oh goodness, I believe this is the Too Faced Eye Insurance. I found this to be very comparable to the Urban Decay. Worked very well for the shimmers. I'm not sure it would be great for glitter, but you know, it worked well for everything else. Definitely both of these products, Urban Decay and the Too Faced. My eye makeup was on until I took it off. It, you know, definitely lasted all day long. This is the CoverGirl. I think it just says eye primer. This is nice. It's, you know, I like to be able to see products so I know when I'm running out, but at least it does have a nice applicator on it. It goes on smoothly, but I was a little bit surprised by this because it is rather grippy. I did experiment, not a lot, but just a little bit with some glitter in this, and I found that I thought it did maybe not quite as good as the Pure Cosmetics Get a Grip, which is like really grippy, but this definitely has some grip to it. So, you know, it's kind of uncomfortable when you wear primer or use primer that's that grippy when you don't need it. But I think if you're, you know, if you're having problems losing your color or you know, your shadow is not blending well, or it's not staying where you want it, or, you know, whatever. This is a cheap alternative, or a, you know, less expensive alternative. The CoverGirl, it performed pretty darn well. So, you know, out of the 6, I don't think any of them were duds. I think they were all, you know, have a purpose and a use, and, you know, I'm going to use them all. So that's my take on, you know, the eye primers that I've used so far. And if you have a favorite that, you know, you would like to mention, please let me know, because I would love to try some more of them. You know, if you have some that you thought were bombs, let us know so we know to, you know, avoid those. Or some that you felt worked better for mattes and maybe not so good for shimmers, or worked better for shimmers and maybe not so, you know what I'm saying. Comment below, let us know. I just love saying that. So, what I've got on my eyes today, and I believe I used the CoverGirl with this today. And, you know, I have this whole light issue going on. Yeah, I don't think that helps. I don't think that helps. I don't think that helps. I think it looks just as good just like that. Could I be wrong? Anyways, I got this, I think a couple of months ago, you know, when I was having a, ooh, I need a palette thing, you know, which, yeah, never seems to end. But, this is the Hard Candy. This is nice. It was $10, you know. I love the way it opens. It's got a little push button. You push the button in, and then you open it. So, this thing is not coming open by accident, you know, unless you break it. It's got some beautiful colors in there, some beautiful shimmers, and some beautiful mattes. I'm enjoying the reds. I'm doing a lot of experimenting with the reds, but I would love to have some, like, oranges and, like, you know, mustardy yellows, kind of like a dirty yellow, to kind of experiment with also. But, and it's not difficult. It's kind of, it's not a cream, it's a powder, but it's not powdery. It's pretty well pressed. So I think that maybe once I've used this palette a few times, I'll be able to get it on my brush a little bit better. I'm not having any difficulty whatsoever. It's just, it doesn't play with the brush the same way that my other palettes do. And I am using the brushes that came with it. You know, yeah, I know. But I'm finding that I'm having to not dig, but I'm having to really get in there a bit, and I really don't want to use my nice brushes to do that with. So, and this comes with, these aren't really bad brushes, you know. And if I use them, and you know, it even has like a little itty bitty mirror up there at the top. But yeah, I kind of did a little smoky thing. I think you can tell. I was like, oh look, there's a black, let's use it. So I did the little smoky thing. So this is going to be the palette for this week. I guess, you know, this was like, I don't know, was it Walmart? It was $10. $10. I mean, I looked at all those colors in there. I swatched it, stuck my fingers in it. I actually opened it up right there in the store. Yes, I did. Yeah. And when I bought it, I did actually purchase the one that I had opened and stuck my fingers in, you know. So, yeah, I didn't put it back. This is the same one. You know, so I'll tell you what, for $10, I don't think you can go wrong with this, the hard candy. It's, you know, it's not a $50 or $100 palette, but I do believe it's better than a $10 palette. It's not like, you know, kid makeup. It's nice makeup. So, you know, I'm going to be playing with that one this week. Try and go through all of the shades in that one, you know, and then next week on to the next. So, that's this. We did our eye primers, and, you know, we're working on yet another palette, which I don't even want to tell you how many palettes we still have to go. And I did something. You'll just have to wait and see, because I don't want to tell you yet. You'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, I did something. Actually, it was my phone. My phone did it. It was not my fault. It was all my phone. So, hey, if you're already a subscriber, I cannot thank you enough. You know, this is so much fun. I love making videos. I love sharing things with you guys. I love reading your comments and answering your comments, and just, you know, the love. Just share the love. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to my channel. Oh, listen to the goat. The glam goat. Glammy. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifications button. I try to put up 3 a week. Sometimes it's more. You know, we've got a few missions. I've got a pan project going on. I'm on a mission to go through all of my palettes and use every single shade in every single palette. Yeah, don't even ask me how I got started. You know, I'm trying to encourage people to use what you have and find different ways to make different looks, instead of, you know, I mean, we just don't all have the money to go out and spend on the latest releases, you know. So go through, find that palette that you haven't used in a while. You must have liked it one time because you bought it. Pull that puppy out and go, you know what, I'm going to use every single shade in this palette, even if you have to do it at 9 o'clock at night when nobody else is awake or around, and you're going to wash it off in an hour. You know, just make it a mission. Make it a makeup mission. Oh, and that's pretty much it for this time. So, until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing every single day. Bye-bye.